know my problem, don't you?" Cleo meowed and wove her way between Lacey's ankles once more. "Oh, sorry. You're probably hungry too." Lacey reached inside the cupboard and pulled out a can of gourmet cat food. To her surprise, Cleo didn't show the least bit of interest. Instead, she raised her tail and stuck her rear end in the air. "What's going on with you? Trust me, Cleo, this isn't the time to go all weird on me. I need to talk." Taking her celery stick with her, she moved into the living room and fell onto the love seat. "I work and slave and put in all kinds of overtime, without pay, I might add. And for what? Mr. Sullivan doesn't appreciate me, yet it's my decorating ideas he uses. The worst part is, he doesn't even bother to give me the credit." She chomped off the end of the celery and chewed with a vengeance. The stalk teetered from the attack and then slowly curved downward. Lacey studied the celery. "This might as well be my backbone," she muttered. Unable to sit still any longer, she paced her compact living room. "I haven't had a raise in the whole year I've worked for him, and in that time I've taken on much more responsibility and completed projects Mr. Sullivan couldn't or wouldn't do. Good grief! If it weren't for me, Mr. Sullivan wouldn't know what was going on in his own business." By this time she was breathless and irate. "I do more work than he does, and he's the owner, for heaven's sake." Clearly, Cleo agreed, because she let out a low, wailing moan. Lacey had never owned a cat before, but after a devastating divorce, she'd needed someone. Or something. The thing had turned out to be Cleo. She'd first spotted Cleo in a pet shop window, looking forlorn. Cleo's brother and sister had been sold 2 weeks earlier, and Cleo was all alone. Abandoned, the half-grown kitten gazed, dejected and miserable, onto the world that passed her by. Lacey had been suffering from the same emotions herself, and once they met, the two had become fast friends. No fool, the pet store owner knew a sale when he saw one. He'd made some fast soft shoe moves to convince Lacey what a good investment Cleo would be. If she bred her and sold off the litter, within a year or so, he claimed, her original investment would be returned to her. Lacey hadn't been so keen on the breeding aspect of the deal, but it had sounded like something she should try. She wanted companionship, and after her disastrous marriage, she was through with men. A cat wouldn't lie or cheat or cause hurt. Peter had done all three with bone-cutting accuracy. "Good old Peter," Lacey mused. She should be grateful for all the lessons he'd taught her. Perhaps someday she would be able to look back on her marriage without the crushing pain she felt now. He'd vowed to love and cherish her, but then calmly announced one Sunday afternoon without warning that he was leaving her for someone else. Someone else was a tall blonde with baby blue eyes and a voluptuous figure. Lacey had sized up the competition, decided she didn't stand a chance, and signed the divorce papers. Oh, there'd been some haggling, but she'd left that to her attorney and stayed out of it as much as possible. As soon as her divorce was final, she'd uprooted herself, moved to San Francisco, located a job she loved, and started life all over again. Sort of. This time she was playing it smart. Men were completely out of the picture. For the first time she was supporting herself. For the first time she didn't need anyone else, because it could happen all over again. Another blonde with a playboy figure could disrupt her life a second time. It was best to play it safe. Who needed that kind of grief? Not her. Lacey wasn't discounting her assets. With her straight brown hair sculpted around her ears and equally dark eyes, she resembled a lovable pixie. She was barely 5 feet tall, while her brother, who was 5 years older, was nearly 6 feet. Why nature had shortchanged her in the height department, she would never understand. After the divorce, Lacey had felt emotionally battered and lost. Bringing Cleo into her life had helped tremendously, so much that Lacey figured she could do without a man. Her cat provided all the companionship she needed. Okay, you're right," Lacey said, glancing down at her fidgeting feline friend. "I couldn't agree with you more. I'm a gutless wonder. The real problem is, I don't want to quit my job. All I'm looking for is to be paid what I'm worth, which is a whole lot more than I'm making now." She'd come out of the divorce with a hefty settlement.